Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw. Okay, what am I looking at? Okay. So it's a photo of it's a photo of like what looks like a flat screen TV
Right.
mounted on a brick wall.
Uh-huh.
At the bottom right, it could be names, and it says
Yep.
9 round chow.
Uh-huh.
Next to that, it says 9 round, 1 ring, then good workout, 2 rings, great workout, 3 rings, killer workout.
Uh-huh.
And you've got like a little bell with a small hammer.
Right.
And then on the flat screen, it says calories 440, something 79, maximum per hour 69%, and the name, I guess, performer or the person who's training, I guess, is
Right.
Conqueror.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What am I looking at, Kendra? What is this?
This is my workout for the day at some point in time. So that fight name, so the name of the workout facility I attend is called 9 Round. So they're getting a plug in.
Okay.
But if you look at this, so you get a fight name, and it took me weeks, honestly, to get a fight name. But that is my fight name, Conqueror with a K. That is my fight name.
Yep.
And you wear a heart rate monitor, and it kind of, when you go through, it's a high intensity workout. So it's circuit training, basically. It's boxing. It's a mix of kickboxing and boxing with, gloves and everything. And then they monitor you.
Nice.
And so the blue, and it's actually even different colors. So the blue, so it's gray, blue, green, yellow, red. And so it puts you in the heart rate zone. So it's very competitive, as you can see. That board that you see, so I intentionally did the board, is all the people that are in the gym. And that's even only a sliver of the board.
Oh,
and
wow.
every week there's a challenge. And so the chow is the challenge. And so it will have, your names, and you put on the board how you did the challenge for the week. And then you challenge within yourself. So you challenge amongst the people that attend, and then you challenge of yourself, because the points, a good workout is considered 60 points. This day I had 79 points. So that 79 is the points. And then if you want to,
you crushed it.
And then, that was a good day. I took a picture of it, and I was happy. And then if you want to, before you leave, you can ring the bell. You get the hammer, and you ring it once for a good workout, 2 for a great workout. And I think I deserve three rings for that. I think that was a killer workout.
Nice. How many people have told you in a conversation that you're a bit of a weirdo?
Oh, I accept that. Thank you. I received that.
Okay. Conqueror with a K. Okay. What are we trying to say here? Or what are you trying to say with this, beyond the fact that it's a testament to your killer workout?
Right. No, it's not about me. It's a journey, right? It's my wellness journey.
Yeah.
I am hitting a signature birthday in the next few months. And I've done different things in workouts, but I am very happy that I've made it to where I am in my age, because my father had his first heart attack and stroke within his 40s.
Holy shit. Wow.
My mom had breast cancer in her 40s.
Oh.
So to knock on wood, to say that I've made it past that age, I'm not where I want to be, but I found also, I've done different workouts, but I'll tell you, I didn't realize how competitive I am. Like when my heart rate monitor isn't working and that screen doesn't show, I get a little mad. Like I'm just happy that I found that thing.
Yeah.
But all of us needs to figure out a way to be well.
Okay.
And so this is about my wellness journey.
Right.
And finding that thing, right? You're not going to see me in a Pilates table in those strings. You're not going to, I used to do, I don't know if you've heard of P90X.
Yeah.
My body can't do that anymore. Like that is too intense, or insanity. I've done that before. That's weird. Like that is too much. But within my age and what I can do, there's some people older than me that it's competition against myself. And I think I found my love. But you know what? I've gone through that journey. I was really popular. I don't know if you ever heard of Billy Blanks. Have you heard of him?
Nope.
Back when VHS tapes were in, and he would
Hmm.
sell his VHS tapes, and it was kind of the same concept. So I'm happy, but all of us, I think, need to find our wellness, right?
Right.
So the first picture, right, had to do with mental health. This has to do with holistic or physical health.
Yep.
And so I think all of those are very important when it comes to our well being.
Yes. Big yes to that. Okay. So you're a coach. How
Hmm.
much of your coaching, because this idea of your holistic approach, I mean, definitely something that lands in my world as well in terms of how I connect with clients. So how do you tackle, or how do you bring up this idea of physicality, being in your own body? Yeah, as a kind of as a anchor or a tether to, I'm trying throwing in all the analogies and all the whatever metaphors, anchors and tethers. Like, how do you make that real for a client or for a team to sort of say, okay, listen, in order to be a professional, blah blah blah, you need to be in your own body, right? So how do you make that real?
It's very interesting. It shows up in different ways. I don't want to stereotype or rationalize or generalize, but I would say most of my clients, not saying all of them, right? But most of my clients end up being women. And I will tell you, here's a little tidbit for me. When I first started, so I've been coaching now for, man, it's been over a decade, about 14 years.
Respect.
When I started my business plan, I this was very important to me. I actually, and it's now expired. I got certified in personal training. I
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
understand the body. Now I didn't keep it up. It's just I wanted to be knowledgeable. I'm someone always
Mm-hmm.
doing that. But how I do that is it's when people say I don't feel confident, and you pull back the onion. You pull not the onion, but the layer. Right? It is
Mm-hmm.
stinky sometimes, but you pull back the layer. You pull back the layer. You pull back the layer, and a lot of times it's because maybe I don't feel good or I don't look good or,
Mm-hmm.
there's something physical that they don't like. It could be in different traits. And so looking at that and how that it can be different, there's different ways. You probably have done the wheel before, right? There's different ways of where you get energy. So I
Mm-hmm.
talk about energy management. That's very important. And sometimes they don't have the energy is because of the nutrition or the physicality
Mm-hmm.
of their abilities to sustain. And so it shows up that way. I don't directly ask them. It shows up in different ways. Sometimes I end up with a lot of athletes, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of my first clients. She was amazing. She was a nurse and she did marathons and she wanted to do her first triathlon
Well, okay.
and she was being challenged. She didn't know what to do. Her hindrance wasn't her body, but her hindrance was the acceptance of others, right? So,
Okay.
wellness or even the exercise of it has to do with kind of back where we are of what am I willing to do?
Mm.
So, I try to do that little by little. I think that was the kind of theme I had before. But I don't ask them, but it usually comes up in some kind of way because it is part of the whole.
Mm.
I hope that makes sense.
And I think we'll get there. I just want to say, by the way, okay, so okay,
Mhm.
ambitious projects that you can't see the end, or that you don't know what the end will be. Like, you kind of say, okay, well, this is putting a line in the sand. From this point
Mhm.
forward, I'm going in that direction as a
Mhm.
coach, as a person. So in your case, one example was your journal, right? Your 3-year journal. That's
Mhm.
something you did for yourself. Two is you have this image of this particular kind of workout that suits your character and suits your personality. Okay.
Mhm.
Another one, like in terms of, in my case, right, with the podcast, when I started it, I was just like, the birth of this podcast was, I was in a commercial, in a Sony commercial, because I had given myself a 6.5 year photo challenge. And then that got noticed by Sony, and then they did a commercial about it. And the idea was to make a show with me as the host. And it never got off the ground for various reasons. Hard to get these things together. And then I thought, okay, I'm just going to do a podcast and see where it ends up. And you happen to be episode number 200. So well done to both of us.
Yay! That is awesome.
Now here's the question. Okay, enough about me. So
Okay.
the question is, you're the type of person in who you are and all this stuff that we're very similar. Like you make a line in the sand. Okay, I'm giving myself a goal, like the coaching that you just started to do. And Conqueror isn't an accident. That's the sort of the fight name you have. So for somebody listening who's kind of sitting on an idea or a project or a big, like for example, a big project, like in my case, 350 weeks, 350 week long photo project. So I gave myself this challenge, or the same thing with the podcast. And in your case, the journals and then the training. So why don't you riff on this idea of if you want to grow, you kind of have to put before you an ambitious goal.
I think having the goal, I'm going to tell you, like I said, I've gone through cycles of working out. That's funny that you hit 200 with your episode. Congratulations. I received a text literally last week saying I hit my 100 workout in doing this. So I'm still very new in doing this.
Nice.
So it is very metrics driven, and I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so to help someone that has a goal, right? I think part of why I failed before and the others is because I didn't have the actions. I use the actions to be my overall goal. So my return on investment is my health. My return on investment isn't losing weight. My return on investment, which some people are, I've done the take the pictures or you aspire to. Now you're going to laugh like some years and years ago because I've always struggled with my weight. I had Janet Jackson's body and I put my face on it, like all of these things. That doesn't matter anymore as much as doing the action. So my goal for even the working out was I'm going to work out 3 times a week. That's realistic.
Mm-hmm.
What is a realistic and ambitious? Okay, I'll give myself a bonus and a reward if I do more than 3 a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that became more attainable, that I have been more consistent doing that than saying I'm going to lose 20 pounds or I'm going to lose 10 pounds. And I have, but I feel better. I have definition in my arms because part of this is lifting weights that I hadn't had before. So I think when it comes to this journey of this Mecca, if we learned anything, even in this pandemic, we don't control anything. And so sometime doing this outcome that I want to be this, you may not be this, but you may be something better that is that,
Okay.
right? Something that is the opposite. So it's the process and where you develop, not the end result. And so if you focus on the process, like you said, like you like to have goals and we have goals. Let's work on the process. My process each day, let me hit 60.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If I have a 79 day, that's great, but I hit 60. So hit very baseline of let me meet here. Okay. Let me just show up. Maybe that's all you do. You know what? I need to start walking.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put my shoes on. Just getting used to putting your shoes on is a step. I don't know if you've read the book Atomic Habits. It's the little things, and then you start, giving yourself wins for the little things. Matter of fact, in his book, now he's getting a plug for me, is that maybe you want to walk, right? Maybe you want to walk. It's the little things, like maybe you want to walk during lunch. And let's say that day you made it in the elevator, you end up talking to someone and you didn't make it during your lunchtime to walk. You have to celebrate the win that you put the shoes on, you made it to the elevator and to the door. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to make it to the door.
Right.
So I think that's what happens when people get upset. They don't celebrate the little wins or the actions to get in the process. It's the process that leads you there.
Mm-hmm.
The outcome may be better or anything you could have ever imagined. And so I think that is important. And I think that changed my style and lifestyle. Like the book, like I said, it's put what you're willing to do, what will be, what's hard to do, and then do one little step past that.
Mm-hmm.
And you only know what's hard for you.
So is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw.